we did that for years, where he just bear crawled and he took a crossover. So both guys were down, and we never had anybody threaten our A gap from that point on in an odd front. So you could do it either way. You could either keep them both down, okay? That's a dirty job. You got to have a center. You know, if you got a big stumpy guy that can move a little bit, he can do that bear crawl pretty good. But if you got a more athletic guy, I'd let him get up and just try to get around him and maybe make sure I have a good guard that can get a crossover from the backside. But our approach this past year, we got a real good sophomore, he'll be a junior next year, center that I think is going to be a real good one. And I'm telling him to get around him. So we lead step 12, our aiming point is 12 inches past the nose, okay? And if the nose slants hard, the worst case scenarios, we're going to be even up with him and take him. If the nose slants away, then hopefully our guard's going to get up and get up to the next level. But that's maybe a little too much coaching crap right there.
No, it's good.
Okay, but anyway, these two guys got these two guys. Okay, but we really aren't trying to get to that mic because we got a clean shot with this guy right there. Okay? And then we always try to figure out what to do here. Well, we're just gonna release this guy right here. Okay? We're just gonna release him right there. And we're gonna let these two guys go here. If this guy shoots the gap, we're telling our quarterback, read the exchange right there. Okay? And we'll let the tackle, if this guy leaves, we'll let him get, we call this the adjuster. We'll get that guy running the alley because they try to say you can't account for that guy. But we can if we block it that way. Okay? And we're going to lead, step, and run here. So we're going inside, we're reading this guy and this guy. Okay?
So if they both end up inside by virtue of the fact that one slanted hard and the other one you got the loop guy around him, that you better pitch the ball.
Well, here's what Rocky would do when he ran a 4-3, and this ain't a 4-3, but it's the same thing. He had an open window, closed window, okay? If this guy stepped out here, okay, he was trying to stay outside, that's an open window. He's coming real hard, okay? Well, okay, we gotta make our quarterback every day learn how to read and exchange, a stack, okay? So that's a pull right there, okay? And then we're out reading on the next guy, okay? If the easiest release, maybe they did something like this, was inside, okay, like that, okay, then this guy would squeeze down and this guy would come outside of him, like that. So it would still be a pull and a pitch, right there, okay? But that's what we want. We really like to get an outside release on that, which is completely different from what I used to do. Because we're not going to try to block this stack. Okay, we're going to try to read it.
But as I look at this, okay, you can pitch the ball 100 out of 100 times. At least you have a helmet on everybody.
You do. But if I was going to run against this defense, I wouldn't be trying to run a lot of inside here. I would be trying to run double option, trap option, stuff outside, your toss play if you want to run that. Okay, because, you know, the way this is drawn up, there's 9 guys basically in the tackle box. So they're weak on the outside perimeter. You force the defense to run to the outside. Okay, now we all know if another team's just better than us athletically, that might not work, but that's what we're going to try to do.
Well, part of what's going on in my head is that unless that 5 technique just slants like a launching, if the fullback's running on the guard's inside leg, that's a +3 run just by falling forward.
Well, it is, but again, like if this was Rocky, it's not really a blitz. As soon as that guy sees that, he's, bam, coming right now. Okay, so, you know, you have to work on, you know, teams aren't used to being able, they're in this stack for a reason. The reason is they sometimes in a 3-3 don't even know who's going to take the B gap and who's going to take the C gap. Okay, so they're thinking that's going to create your guy to slow down and not be able to read, and everything's going to fall apart. Well, I think everybody has to have a period every day where they run against that stack look, whether it's a 4-3 or a 3-3. It's still a stack look.
Well, I guess part of what I'm saying is, to me, this almost becomes a double option. But the double option is give or pitch. It's not the quarterback run.
But I'll
unless
tell
he
you what,
follows.
there's plenty of times though when these guys will just kind of freeze and just stand there, and you can give that ball right up in there like you said. So they're still reading it, but there's a high probability it's going to be a throw and a pitch. Okay. Like I said, that wouldn't be my number one play against that defense, but you can make it work if something.
What would your number one play against that defense be?
Well, I don't know that I'd run it the most, but I'd start out running 48, 49 on a trap option, because they can't really stop that play without these guys flying out of there. And they're going to fly out of there, and you're going to run that guy up the middle. That's a problem. Hartley is really, really good. They're one of the best teams around. Okay? and we busted 2 trap plays after running 48, 49 on them. Our guys were way slower than them. But they were flying out there just saying, we're not going to let that guy get the perimeter on us. That's like an insult. You get the perimeter on us because we're fast. They were flying out there, and then our fullback ran up in there for a touchdown. So that's what I'd start doing, and then the midline's a good play. So, but the perimeter, this is where they're weak. This is where they're weak out here. That's the weakest part of the defense. So you got to find ways to mix it up and get that.
Okay, give them another defense, guys. Base inside veer, another defense.
I just go with an odd front. Because, believe it or not, this is one of the most effective defenses against this play, at least when I've been calling it, because okay, right here like this, when we played Colerain, what they did, we played them 2 times, and we tore them up against the 5-3. We had a real good set of running backs and a fast quarterback, and they thought they needed to run a 5-3, but what their main defense is a 5-2, so they ran a 5-3. You could tell they practiced it the whole week, and that's what they were going to put their hat on. When we played them the second time, they got back in their 50, and they took their guys out and put 2 defensive back guys here and just did this. 2 fast little guys that weighed about 140 pounds each, and just messed us up. And I really didn't have an answer for that, so we couldn't run our inside veer. What I found out by accident when we scored late in the game was I should have just killed them with the outside veer. They couldn't. We again, hard to block, easy to read, okay? But we're getting 2 down men right there in our face, so our quarterback has to read the dive and read the pitch. Well, that's just too much, okay? So We should have blasted this guy off the ball and read that guy and the next guy out, and we would have been okay. But that's after the fact. So anyway, again, a nose is a nose. We're going to do the same thing we talked about. Now these two guys got these two, okay? These two guys got these two. He's got a base rule. He's going to zone step outside and up. Okay, we're going to try to get an outside release here. That's our two guys on the linebacker. One underneath for the dive. One from the side if he scrapes. Okay, so we got him for the dive back and for the quarterback. There's our read. Okay, and then we're going to try to become a running back here, and then you decide how you want to block these guys, but our trail blocking rules are like that. Okay, pivot crossover the zero, lead step and run that guy. Okay, do what you want with these guys. Okay. From here on back, this way. It doesn't matter if it's a bear front, a 50 front, or a recon front. That's how it's blocked. Okay. Any questions on that?
Now, just give us a 6-1, just a plain old, straight old 6-1. I don't think we haven't seen it, but who knows?
Okay, I'm just going to put guys in generic spots, and then you can, after you look at it, you can move them around wherever you want, and I'll answer those questions. But let's just say we have a 6, 4, 2, 4, 6. Okay, Mike linebacker. That's what you want, right?
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So on the back side, we're lead stepping and running here. Okay. Here we got red Bearcat here. Okay. Now we got a 7-man front because it's a 6-1. So these guys are blocking together out here. Okay. There's our dive. There's our pitch. Okay. He's breaking opposite of the 2 technique.
So that front side, if it's a 2 or a 3, you're red Bearcat almost all the time.
Yeah, we want to abuse that guy. Am I allowed to say that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're on camera down there.
So, in practice, our guys playing defense don't like that. It's bad enough for a young guy to go against an older guy. Then you put 3 older guys against a young guy.
You getting blown up?
You can have them hold bags if you want.
I'm just bound and determined if we're going to pivot crossover, and we are. We're going to cut in practice. Do you cut in practice?
Well, we have steps drills that we work on. Okay, so most of it comes in the drills, but then our kids, they'll kind of work out deals with each other, like they know.
Yeah.
First of all, they don't like to pivot crossover because that means you got a bear crawl. And who really likes the bear crawl? Nobody. So they kind of, that's why I like to film practice, because I can get on them and show them where they were lazy, okay? But the second part is the guy getting pivot crossover on doesn't like to get pivot crossover either. So, there's a little bit of toleration there on my part. But we work on it in our individual drills just against air, okay? But air doesn't really teach you how to get your head up into somebody's crotch and things like that. So summertime, you gotta get a little more physical drills. until they get down pat.
Can we ask what you've mentioned this 2 or 3 times that you have these steps drills that you do even before the game, even at practice you do each day, part of an individual type thing. What may I ask what those are?
Well, we do a lead step drill, power step drill, a pivot crossover drill, and a trap step. And it's almost, most people that watch it say, why are you wasting your time? I want our guys to be comfortable with their first step. I want it to be quick. I want it to be the same all the time. I want it to be automatic. Okay, so I can send you some video. A long time ago, I taped a bunch of the drills. One year they asked me to coach track. So we had like 27 throwers, and we just happened to accidentally tape a couple drills that we did in track practice. So.
Very good. Well, on a lead step, that's the 12-inch, 12 and a run at an angle. On a power step, it depends on which kid it is. If it's the backside step, backside.
Well, we
foot.
talk about landmark on the guy. Okay, so again, let's say this outlet is the guy. Okay, if I'm doing a power step, I'm trying to bring my backside foot to his midline. Okay. Now, I don't want to step like that. I'm talking 3 to 6 inch steps, but that's the direction it's going. Okay, if he's out a little bit wider, then I'm going a little bit wider. If he's inside, then that same step goes right there. Does that make sense? So, but when we're doing it on air, we're just trying to bring our step to our midline, so we get used to it.
When we do it on air, how much do you follow through on it? I mean, does he take that step and then does 6 other steps and ends up running upfield, or?
No, we're reloading immediately. So it's set go, set go, set go, set go.
It's just doing the first step. It's just the first step.
That's all we do now.